And we are back. Or I am. I am Sajidine, and I am joined by the lovely Dr. Delta. We are here for the Owning Division semifinals of the Galorants Community League, powered by Elgato. Delta.
Yes.
Let us know what we're seeing here.
We are at the semifinals already, and it's been a great league so far. We've come with having the group stages being done, and we have the top teams of each group battling it out for this playoffs. So you see here we have the semifinals for Team sofT and Team 2D. Off stream we have Knives Out versus This Is Fine, and the winner of these two rounds or these two matches will end up at the finals, which will be tomorrow. So definitely stick around for tonight, but then tune back in tomorrow to see who will be the finals or the finalist of the Owning Division League and the winners of, I believe, what are great prizes. We have some money available and lovely Elgato prizes as well.
Exactly. Shout out to Elgato powering this league for this season. Thank you. But it looks like we have agents locked in for both sides. And we are ready to go. It is Icebox. And as Delta already mentioned, it's Team sofT starting on the defense, taking on Team 2D on the attack. These names are so short.
I mean, we have our resident team, Man I Love Vlogs. I love that name, but it is quite a mouthful. So we only have one syllable to deal with, or wait, two syllables for 2D, and sofT one syllable. So be a little bit easier for us tonight.
For sure. But Delta, take us into these agent picks that we're looking at right here. How do you like them?
I'm liking them. I know that the major picks for Icebox are typically Viper and Sage. They're so powerful on the defense as well as the attacking side, and it just it's just such a power play for Team sofT to be able to use those two picks. We also have on the side of 2D, as they're doing their pickup dance, we have Sky, which is great to be able to, blind essentially everyone from far away, and you see the dog coming in, be able to get as much information as possible.
Yeah, for sure. With that flash and walls going up on both sides, utilities coming out, it is A site that seems to be the battleground for our opening round. Pain shells popping through, and that Viper wall, very annoying to walk through, especially after the changes. Sage wall as well going up, and it looks like Team 2D, they're gonna fall back.
Yeah, made a very fast hit for the A site, but decided, yeah, it was a little bit too busy, so let's go on to B site, where we only have one member waiting for them.
Yeah, it's just going to be the Viper. Rest of our team all the way already rotating over, but Junji will find that opening kill, taking out Sad Pomelo. And Spike now ticking away for Team 2D. And they're just gonna push their way through. Yep. Team sofT will try to grab one, spraying things out. It's a battle over in yellow. Again, utilities coming down. Junji with the triple. They will tap that spike. Team sofT will claim first round victory right here.
Yeah, so first round going to Team sofT, and even though 2D tried to attempt that quick rotate onto the B site, sofT was able to get that read and essentially had a 5-woman retake for the B site and were able to win those individual picks. So that leading them to be able to buy up. They are going to buy up to a full set of Spectres and light armor taking a default approach while 2D are leaning towards the B site.
Both the sky animals running into each other on A site, but it doesn't matter. It looks like Team 2D want to make their presence known onto A as they wait out that Viper smoke. The Boombot opening things up will scout where Viper is right now. Rest of her team already making their way over, and again, this is going to be the contestant here. Shuvi will find a rotator from that Viper. Claims one for herself. Wall is up. Spike hoping to go down very soon. Oh. Sad Pomelo finds the flank. Eventually will fall to its Shumi, who manages to get herself a rifle. Or, sorry, an SMG still. But that flash is still going out. 3v3 right here. Katarina grabs herself one. Triple kill though for Itsumi before dying to that Brimstone Molly. Jay grabs one, but that Spike ticking away. She needs to find Rika. She will. Grabs her. Will get the defuse, claiming another round for Team Soft.
Yeah, plenty of time to be able to defuse the Spike for Jay. And second round going to Team sofT. And you saw the power of Viper on this map just initially in the beginning of the round. Iris Peach putting smoke down, and like you were saying, with the new patch, Viper is no one to mess around with. Going through her wall, going through her smoke, it's just so damaging. And if you do that, you have to be wary of what comes out of the other side, or if she decides to spam you. So it's a great setup from Iris.
Yeah. Exactly. But Team 2D sitting on the borders of A. But it is Jay sending out her flash, not able to connect. And it's going to be a bit of a slow play here for both sides.
It is a slow play, but Team 2D are on a full buy, sofT on the bonus, and so they are a bit ahead when they approach the site.
Oh. Great pick though. Sad Pomelo will open up that round. Rest of her team trying to make their way onto site, but again, it's utilities raining down from both sides here. Jay grabs herself one. It's a 4v4 with that spike going. As I say it though, it's Sumi. Picks one up again. It is just 1-for-1, back and forth. Oh, but this lineup from Give Me a Corpse. He's gonna wanna do it. Oh, yep, taps that spike, forces it out, sprays the wall, but it's Sumi. Will finally fall. It's Jay versus Corpse here. Corpse peeks her out, claims first round for Team 2D.
Yeah, you love to see those lineups. Brimstone in particular, that Molly just... and the incendiary just lasts so long, and it makes you quite weary, unable to defuse the spike, just sitting around waiting until you're able to do so, but in the meantime also having to watch out for any gunfire. So that's a great round from 2D and a great lineup from Give Me a Corpse.
Absolutely. And they've been doing this 4v1 split, but Team 2D, it looks like they still want to keep contesting A. That's definitely something common that we've seen here. But that's 4 players from Team sofT just sitting on the borders of A. They're definitely getting a read on this.
Go get him.
Yeah, we
Alarm.
do have...
Yeah.
We do have to
Hold on, middle flank. There's a little gun battle here. Rika gets the win, takes down the doppelganger from that flank. That has to be frustrating, but that's okay. No res for Team sofT, and they are now down to 3 as site gets taken over by Team 2D.
My ultimate going up.
Seekers are used. By Team sofT, they will push with that, and Junji will find Sad Pomelo on the corner. But, it's gonna be a little concerning. So much ultimate still available on the hands of Team 2D as they try to protect that spike. Gunplay finally comes out. Junji on the stinger, grabs herself one. That's a spray through by Iris Peach as they tap that spike. Junji with the triple from that pain shells, but has to deal with the orbital strike right here. Again, Jay. So close, but it doesn't matter. Give me a corpse. We'll claim that round, tying it up for Team 2D.
Wow, that was such an expensive round coming from both teams. You saw so much utility being invested, as well as you saw the orbital strike being invested, and it was definitely worth it since Give Me a Corpse was able to essentially cause that delay and advantageous and win that last battle. It's also been interesting that they've had that success on the A side, as they are pushing, it seems, towards the A side as well, but keeping a lurk towards mid, and Rika keeping towards B as she has the last few rounds.
Yeah, she's... I mean, I like the patience that Team 2D has been playing here, but sofT, not to be counted out. We are seeing the operator, like you said, on Itsumi, so that has to be a little bit concerning. But it's kind of still like a default play, yeah?
Oh, for sure, a default. And both teams very patient, just waiting for the right moment and looking for any picks.
You fought well.
There it is, opening pick. Taking out her twin. Itsumi connects with the operator. That's gonna be the signal, though, for the rest of Team 2D to say, hey, let's try and burn some utility onto a site. Sad Pomelo already on site here, forcing to heal with 30 HP less. The rest of her team here, she's going to use the run it back to try and clear things out with Showstopper as well to help support her. But that spike will go down. Team 2D feels a little trapped here. Showstopper from sofT as well, being used to push through, take over A site, but Ishumi connects with the operator. Showstopper not able to connect. They will wall things off as they tap on that spike and go for the defuse. It is now sitting halfway through. Jay with the triple. sofT claims this round 3-2.
Yeah, that was an expensive round for Team 2D. Not only are they going to be pushed back in terms of their economy, but they invested both a run it back and a showstopper to try to make space and to get onto site. But Team sofT was not having it. They were able to lock down the entrance and caused enough delay and get the picks needed to again make that a very expensive round for 2D, pushing them back to mere pistols and a Marshall.
Yeah, and looks like they're gonna switch things up, wanting to make their presence known on the A side, but they're gonna have to peek against the operator, and it's Yumi so strong, double for her. It pops that slow as well, and it's gonna have to be a reset here for Team 2D. There's definitely a lot of hesitation. Do they want to commit? They're getting pushed though. Look at the play right now.
Oh my goodness, they're just pushing them.
Yep, that's a sandwich that you do not want to be a part of. They are stuck in there as a flawless round gets claimed by Team sofT.
Okay, yeah, that was quite a painful round. I feel that Itsumi starting off the round, getting those two initial op picks, they just kept walking into her crosshair, and it proved painful, and that gave sofT the confidence they needed to be able to pinch them into their entry, and 2D not even able to even approach the site. So yeah, painful round for 2D, but hopefully now that they're pushing up in buying rifles. They are full sending towards this A site.
Yeah, but it's Yumi switching things up. She's sitting in the back of A with that operator. Seekers are now being used to try and find the information as far as where the rest of Team sofT are, forcing themselves to fall back a little bit, and they'll get that spike down. Paint shells and mollies coming out from both sides. It's now a post plant and an attempt for a retake here for Team sofT. Bodies going down, but still in the favor of Team 2D. But res is up for both teams here, seeing if they can make something happen. 3v3. So much utility, so much poison, slowing things down. That spike going off. sofT sitting on the corner will take out one before being removed. Seekers for themselves, tapping that spike. Oh, give me a corpse with her molly. It's so far. It's already going through. Gets the kill, but the round will go to Team sofT.
Yeah, that molly did just not come. It didn't come out at the right time and able to get that defuse. Like you were saying, Itsumi finally switching up where she's been holding on the op and proving to be very successful for that last round, trying to keep 2D on their toes in terms of where they're going to expect their next death. And again, pushing 2D back in terms of their economy with a fairly frazzled buy. They have had some success on the A site so far, so it looks like that is where they were gambling to go for this next round.
Yeah, and a gamble it is. It might pay off. Itsumi with her operator still playing it over at B, but if you're gonna play it slow, it could force that rotation as sofT tends to move pretty fast. The Boombot now coming down. Sad Pomelo slowly making her way through, and they are going to open anything. Those pain shells already popping. Ryan Animal, she's gonna have to fall back.
Careful now.
Really hurting. She actually just managed to heal up after getting that kill on Rika. Showstopper again in play here. Katarina trying to clear things out. Not able to connect, but will force Team sofT to fall back a little bit. They are definitely having the numbers in their favor. 4v5. And they're already just going to push their way through.
Not just numbers, but also in weapon power and in ultimates.
Yep, and there it is. Viper's Pit comes out. They'll hit that spike. They're just going to sit on it, get it to half. Iris Peach grabs herself another kill. It's all up to her. They will push her together. Big round. Team 2D will claim it for themselves.
You're exactly right. It's such a big round. They were able to win that on that frazzled buy, and so able to restore themselves at least a little bit in terms of the economy. And sofT also making that investment of the Viper's Pit. It looks like with that default approach sofT's been able to do, it's been helping them typically, but in that last round, they weren't able to make the rotates in time for that plant on the A site.
Yeah. Tsumi, she's playing a little bit differently here. Sees the little shoulder from sofT. Gonna be a bit of ego. Knowing, misses with that first shot. Gives information that she is playing over on B. That wall boost. And the rest of her team, again, going to just slowly make their way onto A. Ooh. Very nice. Opening pick with her own operator. I believe that is sofT's operator. It's Sumi's operator too, but they will claim a kill for themselves. And Ping's coming out. I think A site is the play here. Spike goes down. Utilities once again flying out. Ryan Animals finds herself a kill, and a res goes out as well. bringing things back in the favor body-wise for sofT. Oh, as I say that, shovT though trades things out. But they're gonna have to play against an operator and orbital strike being available for Team 2D. Oh, taking out that orbital strike. Very huge right here. It's a 2v1 and she either has to push through. Oh no, she ran out of ammo!
So close. Oh.
Oh.
So close.
Wow.
And the op was restored. Yeah, painful round for 2D, but that was a really good attempt. So close. And what did help was shovT essentially staying on the B site, playing a little bit of a lurking role for that last round, and it kept Team sofT busy. Saw essentially a second battle site going on while the spike was on A, and while it did cause for delay, wasn't a delay enough.
Yeah. Just has to be frustrating. It looks like A again is the play, but with 2, technically 3 with the easy rotation over from Jinji. And that Viper as well. But Seekers and Run It Back being used to force the rest of Team sofT to fall back a little bit here. Utilities be dropping, and A again is where Spike will go down. And it all comes down to post-plant positions on the attempt here. It's a 5v5 still. So much chaos amidst the smoke and utilities being burned by both sides.
Give Me a Corpse is getting into a lineup position, but doesn't see the flank coming.
Oh! Junji connects with that showstopper before finally being taken down. Beautiful way for her to fly, but her teammates... Or, I'm sorry, but the Team 2D grabbing bodies. It is now down to a 2v2, but Spike is ticking. Jay trying to see if she can find one, as she will not have enough time. They're gonna have to fall back here. Hoping to get a kill before dying? Not able to.
And Give Me a Corpse and Katarina managed to just barely escape and to take the op away from them as well. So we see Team sofT again. While it is so powerful to have a default approach, the one problem with that approach on Icebox is it's just such a big map, and the time to rotate is just so long, and it makes it a bit difficult to... you're essentially left with 1v1s. So this time, sofT leaning a bit more towards the A site, less towards the B extremity, and hopefully that will help this time around.
Yeah, they're definitely on a little bit of a struggle economy-wise here with pistols and SMGs only able to hold this down, but I mean, that's kind of like the beauty of A site too, right? Is it's a lot of close quarters.
Exactly. So hopefully, now that 2D seems to be going towards the A site, they'll be able to use that to their advantage in this half buy.
Yeah, but 2D playing it very, very slow here. Just trying to get sofT to burn through all of their utility. They've used some of the bird flashes already. That Viper poison going up and down. They're gonna sneaky rotate themselves out.
30 seconds left. Pull cat.
Flash through mid, not able to find, but Team sofT, that's 4 bodies so far still sitting onto A, as Team 2D making a slow push onto B. There's a little bit of hesitation. Big pick by shovT, takes down Itsumi. That's actually the first kill of the round, and now Spike is down, and sofT will get that kill, make that 2 for themselves. I was gonna say, numbers advantage looking pretty rough, but body suddenly dropping, and now it's all up to Ryan Animals as she tries to push her way through. tries to hit, not able to connect. Sad Pomelo finishes it out. Inching closer to this gap for Team 2D.
You're right, and inching closer and closer. That was such a wise decision for Team 2D to rotate to the B site. As you're saying, it's when they were stuck on just SMGs and pistols, the A site would have been to their favor, but with that rotate and being stuck to the B site, now forced to take much longer sight lines and having it to the advantage of 2D on their rifles. But now everyone restored back to full rifles, and we see again the favored site of A.
It is the chosen site indeed by Team 2D. I mean, I like it even if they don't commit to it. They just burn so much utility on the side of sofT when they play here. Tasmanian Wolf Tiger Devil is already down, flashes out, walls going up on both sides here, but it's sofT finds herself too. Showstopper is used and the res as well as they're trying to clear out sofT on this side. Empress now pop. Spike is down. It's a 3v5 here for sofT. Hard, not impossible. Corpse finds one on the flank. Junji will get herself one as well, but with that Empress, not enough. Seekers now coming out. They know where Junji is, and she will fall. It's a tie game.
Switching sides.
Wow, it's a tight game at the half, and 2D doing great work to be able to catch up. I mean, you saw it especially with that last round. sofT became a little bit predictable on defense. They expected Rika essentially to, they expected essentially her to kind of Itsumi. There we go. They expected Itsumi to essentially be on the flank each time. They expected a default approach, and so they knew to be aggressive on the A push, and it being their downfall for a couple of those rounds. But we're at a new half, a new start for both teams.
Yep. Sad Pomelo with a triple kill on her pistol. She's gonna heal up. It's gonna fall back, but look, it's down to 2 here for sofT, and they need to get that spike on site. sofT though, she's just gonna sit on this flank. That's just waiting to see. Rest of the team kind of waiting things out.
Yeah, essentially all entrances to A covered. So sofT's pretty much stuck here.
Yeah. I'm also, I think, being told... I couldn't tell if I was being memed or not, but I believe it's pronounced Reanimals then? Not Ryan. I don't know. Reanimal. Okay, I will start saying it that way. Reanimals. It's Itsumi who finds... Yeah, it's Itsumi who finds the kill. She's on her lonesome. Will grab herself another. It's suddenly a 1v1. Oh, give me a corpse. I mean, this has to be the site. So I like this play here. 10 seconds on that clock. She'll wall herself up.
10 seconds left.
Get that spike. Oh, but that's a play here, but she connects. It's Sumi. I love the play from Corpse, but unfortunate. Shaking it off, gets that round. Go soft.
That was a very last minute and wise decision from Itsumi, essentially forcing Give Me a Corpse to do a bit of parkour to be able to get any access to Itsumi. And with her expecting it, that round just going to her. So for this first, or the second round of the half, Itsumi winning, or sofT winning that round, able to buy up 2 Spectres as well as light shields.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just going to be taken a page out of Team 2D's playbook here. It looks like A, again, is the contested site.
Yeah, but this time, having to face... So sofT will have to face the Sage wall. Some teams do tend to put it early round to kind of be a deferral or at least a delay tactic.
Yeah, and I mean, they also managed to punish the flank and aggressive push from the rest of Team 2D. So sofT, they're just going to use this as a signal to push their way onto A site, get everything down. They're going to have to deal with just 2 out of, you know, the 5 of Team 2D. Oh man, has to be rough when you're sitting on your pistols, battling it out. Corpse now on her lonesome, trying to see if she can get it out, but no, it's Reanimals closing things out. 8 points for Team sofT.
Right, so we kind of expected the round to go that way since 2D was not on a buy up, but regardless, that was such a beautiful round from sofT. You could really see the coordination, so being patient enough to get those initial picks, and with that, having the signal to go onto A site with a very coordinated attempt you saw with both the Sage and the Viper wall.
Yep, and it's a little bit of the same, but it's more of a default play right now for sofT, but they've switched the side where their spike is making their way towards, and it's a good read. Look at how the rest of Team 2D are playing this.
So yeah, only left for one contender.
Oh, that's huge though. Shubi, opening kill, spots the spike. That's an immediate call for a rotation for the rest of her team. I don't think she can hold it, so I would be careful about this.
That kill causing a lot of rotation, but they don't know that the A site seems like it's going to be the end goal.
Yeah, Iris, so punishing on her rotation flank right there, but
Spike planted.
That spike now made its way onto A site.
So 2D does have the numbers advantage, but no ultimates available for them. But hopefully they got enough information with that bird.
Oh, Reanimals though sitting in the corner finds herself one. It's a 3v3 still. Shuvi will get that trade. Bodies going back and forth. It's now down to a 1v1, but Corpse had her knife out with the spray. Don't matter. It's suddenly just like that. sofT will claim another round.
Oh, these rounds are just so close. All the way to the end, it's just wow. It's just so hard to figure out who is going to end up the final victor, especially when you have fragging power. So there were 2-3 Ks in that last round. And so just so much fragging power coming from both of these sides. But sofT is getting a lead in terms of their positioning for this half.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little bit afraid trying to push into those judges. Especially like here. Are they going to commit? Oh, she's going to spot. Almost there in the corner, but it's Reanimals that sees her first. Gets the kill, gets the heal. Opening up B site. Iris Peach grabs one for herself as well. Team 2D are down to 2. And Spike making its way onto B.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
So Sentinel is all that's left, but only a judge against all of these rifles. Not looking great for her.
You know, that was, as a lady says, a flawless round for Team sofT. They are now up 10.
So sofT, finally we're seeing a plant on the B site. You know, it's been a bit rare for this map, but it going very well because of that initial pick they got off of Shuvi, and also the control that they had over mid allowed them to get not just that pick, but enough picks to be able to get enough map control over B site, and making it difficult for 2D to overcome that round. sofT taking a slower approach this round.
Yeah, they're gonna have to deal with... I mean, I like the spread and the rotation that Team 2D have here, but the patience of the play on the attacker side to just burn through all of that utility has been very frustrating. It's like A, again, is the site, but this push from Sad Pomelo will get punished, and that's going to, along with the Seekers, they will use that to push their way onto A site. And sofT, they're looking to get that spike down right now. On top of the Viper's Pit as well. Going to be a little bit rough here, I would say, for Team 2D as they try to make this retake.
It would be so difficult for Team 2D, and the spike is in a very precarious location.
Yep, Junji pushing through, finally connecting with that showstopper while being traded out. That's... you take those any day, as the rest of the team trying to push through. Oh my god, trying to fight in this Viper Pit has to be so rough. Rika tries to make things, but she was sitting at no HP. And it's now 11 for sofT.
sofT, they are not playing around. They know that they need to keep this momentum to be able to win this map. 3 ultimates invested into this push. Even though they had an advantage, they weren't playing around. Saw the Seekers to be able to push onto site, and then we saw the Viper's Pit, making it so difficult for 2D to be able to even do the proper retake. And for good measure, you also had the showstopper to make sure no one entered certain or entered the site. So
yeah.
sofT not playing around.
Absolutely not. Now they still have 2 very strong ultimates that they can play with, but look, Junji making a bit of noise. They hear her, but she's going to find the opening kill, taking out Rika. She has her boombot in hand, will take a lot of damage and eventually fall to Sad Pomelo. But still a 4v4 Empress now used, and they do still have that res, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to bring her back, or they will wall things off. I mean, it's like, it's such a light buy. You're fighting against, or trying to take in against rifles in here for Team 2D. Spike is now down. Run it back is going to be used by Sad Pomelo as she tries to clear that site. She'll find herself. Give me a corpse with that sheriff. Spike, though, ticking away. 3v3 still, and orbital strike available for Team 2D. But they need to get that spike and tap it off. Corpse with the triple. She'll tap it. She's getting sprayed through the wall, not able to connect. It's Sumi not being able to see things, can't stop it. On a save round, Team 2D, take it.
Yeah, a very, very successful round for Team 2D. Not only were they able to win that last round, but they were able to get 2 free rifles as well. Team sofT, so essentially from both sides, you saw the power of Sage on this map, especially with the B site, the close quarters you've been mentioning, the Sage wall blocking off any access. So for 2D, causing the delay onto site, and then sofT, you saw essentially most of the team backed up in screens for the longest time, but they were able to overcome.
Yeah, that's a big opening kill for sofT, but res is available, and it kind of comes down to, are they able to do it in this pivotal round? But it's Sumi, operator in hands. She's trying to make something happen here, but Reanimals on the opposite side of the map will get that kill. Suddenly, Team 2D down to 3, and B is compromised. Rika will eventually fall, but Spike still sitting onto A. Where are they taking it? They're going to take it to B. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to B and leaving Team 2D awfully spread out, having to do nothing but take essentially 1 to each site, but that's going to prove difficult for this retake.
Yep. Orbital strike will come down, not fast enough. That Spike is now down and ticking, and it's all up to Corpse to battle every single member of sofT right here.
Out of here.
She'll take herself 1. She's gonna have to move. She is against the clock. And they're hunting her. And she will eventually fall. Match point for sofT.
Match point.
Yeah, we are already at match point, and sofT is pretty much in the advantage here. Not just in terms of how they've been playing this map, but we do see that this potentially last round for 2D, they're at a bit of a frazzled buy. You see mixed rifles, even a Marshall coming out. And they have been able to win a couple of their half buys, but again, it's just that much more risky as we enter this match point.
Absolutely, and A is the play. It looks like they're going to try and be aggressive on this, but Team 2D, showstopper in hand, trying to see if she can make something happen here. She'll push through, throws it down, not able to connect, but will spot so many players from sofT, and this is the battleground of choice, is A site. It's 5v5 on here.
Yeah, everyone is queued at the A site. Like you said, it's like the final battle for this Icebox map.
Everybody's just kind of waiting for that key. Showstopper in hands of Team sofT. Junji, she's looking for someone. She is hunting, not able to see anybody. But it does force Team 2D to fall back. And they will get that spike down. Junji will fall. And again, utilities falling on both sides here. But that spike taking away. It's Sumi in a really good position for where that spike plant is, but they are going to wall it off. But Viper Poison not able to connect. It's a little too far back. They will sit on this. It will get it to half before finally falling. What a rough position to be in right here. She's gonna sit in the corner. She's sticking it. She will get it.
Oh, what?
Team 2D claim this round and another life to keep going.
Okay, I did not see it going that way. Like I said, Team 2D has been known to win when the chips are down with these half buys. So it looks like this time they will be able, well, some of them will be able to buy up to try to make things a little bit more even. But sofT taking a different approach, full sending towards the B site, trying to mix things up for this round.
Yeah, but this wall from Rika already being sprayed through. That's the signal. Rest of Team 2D already rotating over. Junji with that opening kill. Seekers coming out on the side of sofT as they use that to push their way through. Slowing down any attempt of a rotation here. Spike is going to go down. Wall comes up. Viper's Pit again. We've seen this combo before. Oh man. It's a 4v5 in favor of Team sofT. That Spike ticking away. Flashes coming out. Team 2D has to walk into the Viper's Den. They're falling every time, and just like that, it's a 13-8 victory for Team sofT.
Yeah, congrats to Team sofT for that very different approach towards the B site. We had to get one final B site full send push before this map was over. And we got it, and it worked out in their favor. So great job, Team sofT, but we are going to our second map of Ascent, where Team 2D will attempt to win a map back from Team sofT for the semifinals.
Yep, we'll take a short break and we'll be back for game number 2 for the Owning Division semifinals, powered by Elgato.